high school was full of Yurchenkos, Sukaharas, layouts, and snapbacks. And I'm sure when I say most of those words, you probably don't really know what they mean. But those are the names of some of the gymnastic skills that I was able to perform in my time as a gymnast. And that has always been my favorite sport. I definitely have some crazy stories when I did gymnastics, ranging from concussions to sprained ankles and broken elbows and just about everything in between. My worst injury was when I broke my elbow in 5th grade and I had to get surgery, and I was out of gymnastics for about a year recovering from that. But once I worked super hard to get back from that, my 8th grade year, I was able to try out for our high school team, and I made the team barely JV level, bottom of the stack on the team, but I was so proud of myself and I had finally made the team. And then the summer before our season started, we had a team camp, and everybody sat around and everybody said something about each girl, and the coaches were able to talk as well. And it got around to the last person to talk for me, and it was my coach, Alan. And I distinctly remember him looking me in the eye and saying, "I don't see you going very far in your gymnastics career." And in front of all the girls that I had just started to become friends with and felt like I had just found home, immediately I thought, first of all, ouch, that really bruised my ego a little bit. But then I immediately thought, I'm going to prove you wrong, and there is nothing that you can do to stop me. And from that moment on, I worked as hard as I possibly could. And then going to this past May in 2021, our season was pushed back because of COVID. So we were given 6 extra months to prepare for our season, which I took full advantage of. And my senior season on the team, I was able to be on the varsity lineup all season long. Our team had an undefeated season, and we went on to win the state meet. And right before we walked out to compete for state, we were being told who was going to be on the lineup. 5 minutes before we walked into the competition, I found out that I was going to be the first person on bars, the first person starting off the meet on the first event. And I freaked out a little bit, but then I collected myself and I did just about the best bar routine of my entire life. My team congratulated me afterwards, and my coaches, including Alan. That was a really cool experience. And then after the meet, Alan pulled me aside and he commended me on my work ethic for the whole season and the character and leadership that I had had. Looking back on that moment, from this little freshman who was scared in front of everybody, who had just heard what my coach said to me, to this senior who had built a relationship with a man who I originally thought never wanted anything to do with me or my capabilities. And right before we found out the lineup and I was thinking about the team, I truly wanted what was best for the team, not for myself. And that was something that Alan had taught me to put first. And it was something that I had truly lived out my senior year. So the lesson that I learned from my entire gymnastics career, what Alan had told me, was that even with the animosity and anger that I had felt at first towards this man, I was able to set aside the harshness and anger and build a relationship with him, and I became fond of him and I respected him with everything that I had. And the reason I was able to do that was because of Christ's love for me and what I had grown up in and what my parents had taught me. And like Narup said today in chapel, since we have been blessed, we are to go out and be blessings to other people. And that was a really cool thing to see in my life that God taught me.
Great tie into chapel too. Way to go on that. Comment.
I really liked your confidence in the speech and in your gymnastics. Like your mindset and determination, really, you just did a great job.
I just thought that whole story, like, it was very big of you to like overcome that in that way. Because if someone told me that, I probably would have seen red. So just like the fact that you just set that aside and you worked so hard for that is just really, really impressive.
Thank you.
I agree. I think that the fact that you pushed harder instead of letting it get in your head or get to you is really courageous.
Yeah, in time, God brings things around. It's amazing how He does that. If we allow Him to fight our battles, because I would have just wanted to say a few things, or feel crushed too. And you're honest. It hurts for sure that you were just to go and do such a great routine, and oh, that must have felt so good, and have your whole team work together. So good. Thanks, Heidi. Appreciate it.